Welcome back to Let Me Pull Your Coat. If you have been wondering where we have been, let us start with honesty. We missed you. We missed the subscribers. We missed the routine. We missed the messages that come in from people all over the world who treat this space like a quiet place to think. We took a rare pause. Lake Tahoe first, then Paris, France. Not to disappear, but to step back long enough to remember why this platform exists in the first place. And even while we were away, the questions did not stop. In fact, they followed us across borders, sidewalks, cafes, and dinner tables. Some of you recognized us. Some of you spoke. Some of you just watched quietly and sent messages later. Either way, we felt you. If you are listening and you are not subscribed, go to letmepullyourcoat.com. Subscribe. Leave a voicemail. Send your question. This show is built on real people asking real questions, not algorithms. Now, let's get into it. First, we have Daniel from London, England. Daniel asks, I saw you in Paris near Saint Germain. You looked calm and unbothered. How do you maintain that energy when your past has not been easy? That calm comes from experience, not comfort. It's earned, not performed. When you have survived instability, chaos, and loss, you stop reacting to every small disruption. You learn discernment. You learn patience. Real calm is knowing that no moment defines you permanently. It's understanding that pressure passes, trends fade, and opinions move on, but your foundation stays. Next is Sophia from Paris, France. Sophia asks, does success ever feel lonely even when people admire you? Yes, often. Success changes the volume of your life. Some voices get louder, many disappear entirely. Loneliness doesn't always mean isolation. Sometimes it means fewer distractions. And while that can feel heavy, it's also where clarity grows. Not everyone is meant to walk every season with you. Now we have Marcus from Lake Tahoe, California. Marcus asks, I saw your group at dinner. Everyone seemed aligned. How important is choosing the right people? It's critical. Your circle determines your stress level, your focus, and your future more than most people admit. The wrong people don't always betray you loudly. Sometimes they just quietly drain momentum. If you're constantly explaining yourself, managing emotions, or fixing misunderstandings, you're not building, you're babysitting. Choose people who add clarity, not confusion. Next is Nicolas from Paris, France. Nicolas asks, you speak about money with restraint. What financial mistake do you see people making most often? They rush. People chase fast money without understanding slow wealth. They spend before they stabilize. They invest emotionally instead of strategically. Money requires discipline long before it rewards confidence. If you can't manage small, consistent wins, large sums will only magnify bad habits. Now we hear from Elena in Milan, Italy. Elena asks, when did you know it was time to think like a business owner instead of just a worker? When effort stopped matching reward. Business ownership begins when you realize your time has value beyond hourly exchange. When you start asking where the money flows, not just where it lands. Ownership is not glamour. It's responsibility, risk, and long-term thinking when short-term comfort is tempting. Next is Amélie from Lyon, France. Amélie asks, why do strangers feel comfortable asking you for advice in public? Because authenticity invites honesty. When people sense that you're not selling an image, they lower their guard. Advice is not about sounding wise. It's about listening without judgment. People rarely want answers, they want clarity. Now we have Jamal from Chicago, USA. Jamal asks, seeing you overseas made me want to think bigger financially. How do you expand your money mindset? By changing your environment. Travel shows you how money moves differently in different places. It breaks the illusion that your current ceiling is universal. Once you see multiple systems, currencies, and lifestyles, your thinking stretches naturally. Perspective is a financial asset. Next is Nadia from Toronto, Canada. Nadia asks, how do you step away from work without guilt when people depend on you? By understanding that rest protects performance. Burnout doesn't serve anyone. If you collapse, everything tied to you stalls. Stepping away is not abandonment, it's maintenance. Strong leadership includes knowing when to pause. Last question comes from Aisha in Dubai, UAE. Aisha asks, what did this trip change inside you? It reminded us that life is happening now, not after the next goal, not after the next acquisition, not after approval, now. And moments missed never return with interest. Here's this week's quote poll, and listen closely. If people recognize your spirit before they know your name, you're doing something right. Protect that. Stop explaining yourself to people who never listen. Stop rushing your life to impress spectators. And stop apologizing for rest, boundaries, or silence. You are not required to be accessible at the cost of your peace. You are not obligated to perform strength every day. And you don't owe anyone constant availability. Move with intention. Build with patience. And remember, longevity always outlasts applause. Shout out to our listeners across France, Italy, Canada, the UK, Dubai, and back home in the States. Shout out to those who recognized us quietly and respected space. And a special thank you to the subscribers who held us down while we were away. We felt that. We're back. The inbox is open. The conversations continue. Visit letmepullyourcoat.com. Subscribe. Leave a voicemail. Send your question. This show is built on real people asking real questions, not algorithms. Until next time, much love and much respect.